One of the biggest cash recoveries in a political scam in the ED's history. Also a no-holds-barred confrontation in Parliament. It's been a day of big news breaks. You're with the 10 o'clock news. I'm Ankita Mukherjee. Let's get started with the headlines tonight. It's Sonia versus Smriti getting personal in Parliament. A bitter attack followed by Sonia Gandhi saying, "Don't speak to me," to Smriti Irani. This following a furor over Congress leader Adhir Ranjan's Rashtrapatni remark. The government says it was Sonia Gandhi who threatened BJP MPs. The Congress says it was Sonia who was surrounded and heckled by male MPs. 50 crore rupees and counting. It's the Enforcement Directorate's biggest ever cash haul. 29 crores found, 5 kgs of gold, also in a second Arpita Mukherjee flat. Mamata Banerjee has sacked her key minister, Partha Chatterjee, from the cabinet as well as all party posts. The US economy enters a technical recession, shrinking for the second straight quarter. America is yet to declare an official recession, however. But somewhat better news here. Indian markets rebound after US rate hikes. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden and China's Xi Jinping speak for more than 2 hours as concerns mount over a possible visit to Chinese-claimed Taiwan by the US House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi. A COVID surge yet again in the US as well as Japan. India's cases go up too. Monkeypox cases are surging in America. India is now playing host to the world's biggest chess event, the 44th Chess Olympiad. Prime Minister Modi and Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin and chess great Vishwanathan Anand share a stage. The Prime Minister describes India as the home of chess as Chennai goes crazy. And the bumper memes as an NDTV show goes viral.
Out of everything, can you see the bomb?
You can see the bomb.
Our big focus tonight, the complete breakdown in relations between the government and the opposition, which was on full public display today. Yet another Rajya Sabha MP was suspended from the House, and that's taken that number to 27. And then high drama in the Lok Sabha, where Sonia Gandhi and Smriti Irani crossed swords. The day began with the Congress's Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury calling the new president Rashtrapatni. It drew angry reactions from the BJP's women MPs who called the remarks sexist and demanded an apology from party president Sonia Gandhi. Today, marking a new low in an already bitter relationship between the two sides.
माफी मांगो इस देश से, माफी मांगो सोनिया गांधी आदिवासियों से.
Escalating bitterness between the government and the opposition now leading to unprecedented exchanges between the 75-year-old Congress President Sonia Gandhi and the minister who defeated her son Rahul Gandhi in Amethi, Smriti Irani, where slogans were chanted first against Sonia Gandhi and then matters got worse. At the centre of it was the Congress leader in the Lok Sabha, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, who in a TV interview called President Droupadi Murmu Rashtrapatni. A slip of the tongue is what he said.
अचानक एक बात निकल चुकी है तो मैं क्या करूं? एक बार निकल चुके, सिर्फ एक बार तो एक बार ये चूक हुई है by default.
I think it is not a slip of the tongue. It was a deliberate.
But Smriti Irani and Nirmala Sitharaman, along with women BJP MPs, led demands in both houses for Sonia Gandhi to apologize for his remarks, which they said denigrated the president as a woman and as a tribal.
Congress party आदिवासी महिला का ये सम्मान बचा नहीं पा रही.
Speaking to NDTV, Sonia Gandhi said that Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury had already apologized for his remarks.
He has already apologized.
The situation deteriorated when Sonia Gandhi walked over to the BJP MP Rama Devi to convey Chowdhury's apology. Smriti Irani then rushed in when Sonia Gandhi told her, "Don't talk to me." So what exactly happened? Sonia Gandhi went across to the BJP's Rama Devi. The Congress says that Smriti Irani came pointing a finger saying, How dare you? Don't behave like this. This is not your party office. The BJP says that Smriti Irani came and said, "Ma'am, may I help you? I had taken your name." The Congress says Sonia Gandhi responded, "I'm not speaking to you." The BJP version, Sonia Gandhi said, "Don't talk to me." The Congress version, Smriti Irani joined by BJP male MPs in heckling Mrs. Gandhi. The BJP says MPs from both sides came and sloganeering started. For Sonia Gandhi and Smriti Irani, it's personal after the Congress alleged that Smriti Irani's daughter used influence to get an illegal restaurant license and that Smriti Irani filed a legal case. BJP male MPs also rushed in.
Felt threatened that Srimati Sonia Gandhi herself came up to probably one of our very senior members, Rama Devi ji, to find out. And one other member of our parliament, our people, members, approached there and she said, "You don't talk to me." As though putting the member of parliament down in the house.
सोनिया गांधी जी आपके पास चलकर आई थी ये बात कहने के लिए।
अरे भाई आप क्या जानना चाहते हो?
क्या हुआ था? क्योंकि
कुछ नहीं हुआ। वो पूछ के मेरा नाम क्यों बोला? जन्म का आपको पता नहीं कि आप जिसको नेता बना कर रखी हो किस तरह का बात बोला है? पूछे उससे जाकर।
और जब स्मृति जी आई तो उनको क्या हुआ? फिर आपस में
नहीं वो जब कहीं कथी कि इनको पता नहीं है कि क्या क्या भूल गया है। वो राष्ट्रपति को राष्ट्रपति कहा, ये नहीं समझ में आया है। माफी मांगो इस देश से।
A traumatic and scary experience for Sonia Gandhi, say Congress and Trinamool MPs.
आज हमने लोकसभा के अंदर बहुत ही एक शर्मनाक व्यवहार हमारी नेता सोनिया गांधी जी के प्रति हमने देखा।
I haven't heard her. To the best of my knowledge, I did. Sonia ji did tell me that she had gone to speak to Rama Devi ji, and when I went, Sonia ji wasn't talking to anybody. I requested her, and we both, with a few of many of my other women colleagues were there. Gaurav Gogoi was there. A whole lot was there. Some from the, I mean, both sides. There were a lot of MPs. Emotions were very, very high, and I think we just left it.
This on a day, the upper house suspended 3 more opposition MPs, taking the number of suspended members in both houses to 27.
Amid the high-wall drama in Parliament on Thursday, sources say both government and opposition parties have agreed for a discussion on price rise issue on Monday in Lok Sabha and on Tuesday in Rajya Sabha. With camera person Ashwini Mehra, this is Aravind Gunasekar for NDTV.
50 crores and counting. Now that's the number in what is now officially the biggest cash haul from any political scam by the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, in the ED's history, massive amounts of cash and gold and property deeds seized from the home of Arpita, the aide of Trinamool's Partha Chatterjee, who until he was sacked just a few hours ago was one of Mamata Banerjee's most senior leaders. The big question now, will distancing herself from Partha Chatterjee be enough to save Mamata Banerjee's image and reputation? The ED's raids continue in at least 4 separate locations.
যার বাড়ি থেকে টাকা উদ্ধার হয়েছে সে দলের কেউ নয়। এবার আপনারা বলতে পারেন যে পার্থ চট্টোপাধ্যায়ের ঘনিষ্ঠ। আপনারা বলতে পারেন মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের সাথে এক মঞ্চে নাট্যলয়ে দেখা গেছে। মমতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় রাজ্যের মুখ্যমন্ত্রী পুজোর সময় 200 প্যান্ডেল উদ্বোধন করে। প্যান্ডেলের স্টেজের উপর কি থাকবে আর উদ্বোধন করার সময় সামনে কে থাকবে ছবির ফ্রেমে, এটা ওনার পক্ষে দেখা সম্ভব নয়। যদি আপনি সেইভাবে দলকে আক্রমণ করতে চান, মানে একই মঞ্চে দেশের প্রধানমন্ত্রীকেও দেখা গেছে, নীরব মোদীকেও দেখা গেছে।
Saurabh Gupta reporting on that story, joining us now. Saurabh, there have been so many raids now, it's hard to keep track really. Are we getting any further updates from the Enforcement Directorate about any more seizures than what they had already found? And, you know, politically speaking, what next for the Trinamool and indeed Mamata Banerjee?
Well, the Trinamool is definitely trying to target the BJP over its attack over Partha Chatterjee and also the recovery of so much cash from Arpita Mukherjee, who is a close aide of Partha Chatterjee. So there, of course, the Trinamool finds itself in the back foot as far as the BJP is concerned, which has been extremely aggressive in saying that, look, this is not about Partha Chatterjee, this is all the way up to the Chief Minister, because she was seen at this event with Arpita Chatterjee on stage, Partha Chatterjee on stage. So, in a way, she knows what is going on. That's the BJP's argument, and also going on to say that nothing in Bengal happens really without Mamata Banerjee's consent. How has the Trinamool reacted to that? So the Trinamool said, on any given Durga Puja day, Mamata Banerjee inaugurates about 200 puja pandals, and she cannot be held responsible for who's on stage. And if that's the standard that's being applied to her, then why not apply it to the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, who was also photographed with fugitive, diamond merchant Nirav Modi, who's been accused of fraud, defrauding banks, and has left the country and escaped. So this is where the political wrangling over this continues. But let's come back to the ED. The ED has made enormous recoveries, highest ever. And that is something that perhaps, in terms of cash recovery, the ED says it has a strong case against Partha Chatterjee. They also say that Arpita Mukherjee has to some extent cooperated and given them crucial leads. And that is, of course, the basis for the ED continuing these raids and these searches at different premises.
All right, Saurabh, thanks very much indeed for joining us with those latest details. All right, let's move on now to news coming in from Karnataka, where Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai, under huge pressure within the party after a youth leader was killed, today said that if needed, he would follow the Adityanath model in his state to curb communal forces. 2 men have been arrested in connection with the murder of Praveen Netaru in Bellary and are said to have links with the Popular Front of India, an extremist Islamic organization.
After angry protests by BJP Yuva Morcha cadre over the murder of a party activist on Monday, Karnataka Chief Minister announced dramatically at midnight that all grand celebrations on his completion of 1 year in office on Wednesday stand cancelled. Instead, the Chief Minister convened a meeting with top officers to focus on steps to be taken to tackle antisocial and communal elements.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ನಾಶ ಮಾಡಲು ಈಗಿರುವಂಥ ಏನು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ ಆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಕಮಾಂಡೋ ಫೋರ್ಸನ್ನು ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಎಮ್ಯುನೇಷನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗನ್ನು ಆ್ಯಂಟಿ ಟೆರರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಈಗಿರೋ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ವಿಶೇಷ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇರುವಂಥ ಆ್ಯಂಟಿ ಟೆರರಿಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವಾಡ್ ಒಂದು ಕಮಾಂಡೋವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕನ್ನುವಂಥ ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿ.
Praveen Nettar, District Secretary of the Bharatiya Janata Yuva Morcha, was returning home from Bellary when he was attacked by 3 men who came on a motorcycle carrying lethal weapons. With 2 of those arrested allegedly having links with the Popular Front of India, there is now a demand to ban PFI.
Ibru Bellarur iddare and they have got suspected links with PFI na. So that we have to verify. Adella now ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವರು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ನಾವು ಅವ್ರ ಕಸ್ಟಡಿಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ವಿಚಾರಣೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಈಗ ಏನಿದೆ ಈಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಈಗ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ದಸ್ತಗಿರಿ ಈಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ we are going to produce them before the court.
Of the 2 men, identified as Bellary local resident Mohammed Shafi, 27 years old, and Zakir, 29 years old, from Savanur in Haveri district, the police have confirmed that Zakir had a criminal past and was booked for voluntarily causing hurt by dangerous weapons.
If situation demands, Yogi model of government will be implemented right here in Karnataka. Now that is what Chief Minister of Karnataka Basavaraj Bommai has commented. This is with respect to BJP Yuva Morcha's murder, Praveen Nettar. We see 2 people have already been arrested. The police have sought the custody as well for more interrogation. In fact, more arrests will be made is what the police confirms. In Bengaluru, with camera person Govind Srija for NDTV.
US President Joe Biden and China's Xi Jinping spoke for more than 2 hours as concerns mounted over a possible visit to China claimed Taiwan by the US House of Representatives Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Now, China has already issued several warnings about repercussions should Pelosi visit Taiwan, and which would in fact be seen as a dramatic show of US support for Taiwan, which says it's facing increasing Chinese military and economic threats.